Hi, one of SBR videos. It's week 13 in the NFL. We are talking with Jeff Cadillac from jeffcadillac.com. He has chosen San Francisco and Chicago as a game that he sees a possible edge on. We'll see what that edge is. Jeff, thanks for being with us. Chicago, of course, a 7-point home favorite, and they are an impressive team. They've covered 7 out of their last 8 games, so they've been cashing for their backers. This, though, is the first time all year that they've been a favorite, and they're a big one of -7. And they've only had one game all season that they've won more by more than 4. So this is new territory for them. San Francisco, though, of course, not too terrible with Blaine Gabbert in. They've covered 2 of 3. They lost to Arizona, but they did manage to hang within the number, and they could do the same thing here. I'm thinking that we might see it under. It's kind of a low total, so I'm leaning 43. What do you like here, Jeff Cadillac?
Well, I'll tell you something. This was a very tough game to figure out, because both of these teams have a lot of variables that lead up to this game, and you have to really look at it to see which way each team is going. Now, San Francisco right now is 3-8. I predicted for 2015, and you can check my website at jeffcadillac.com, that San Francisco would go 5-11, and they're on
Jeff
pace.
Cadillac, the master of predictions.
What?
Jeff Cadillac, the master of predictions.
Well, I looked at this team, and this team was definitely gutted after Jim Harbaugh left San Francisco for greener pastures in Michigan. And, it's not the same team that was played last year. I definitely saw this as something going into the season. I thought Kaepernick definitely took a couple of steps backwards. Now, Blaine Gabbert is, as we all know, he's now the starting quarterback because Kaepernick has been put on IR for the rest of the year. So it's Gabbert's games to win or lose. But he had a stint in Jacksonville where he wasn't that successful. He was playing with a lot of guys that were no names, almost like he's doing now. It's like a whole new San Francisco 49er roster. You have Carlos Hyde, which was the premier back this season.
Yeah, we know who's on the San Francisco 49ers roster. We need a pick, Jeff. We need an analysis.
Okay, I'm getting to that. Okay, San Francisco has the 28th pass defense in the NFL. We have Chicago has the 2nd rated pass defense in the NFL, but they also have the 29th rated run defense. Carlos Hyde is also questionable for this game. Last week, Chicago stunned Green Bay in Green Bay on Thanksgiving. San Francisco played Arizona very tough. Chicago and San Francisco have been playing a lot of good teams. And as you mentioned before, Peter, that Chicago had one game where they won, where there was a blowout at St. Louis. St. Louis is more like San Francisco these days. Unfortunately, St. Louis was predicted to go further this year with the talent they had, but it hasn't come to fruition. I like the fact that Chicago has got Alshon Jeffrey back, Matt Forte back. These are very good, variables there for Chicago on offense. Jay Cutler, he had a so-so kind of game last week against Green Bay. He did put it together. I like the way this offense is moving. The run defense is pretty bad, but San Francisco doesn't have anybody that's going to bust it open, so I'm not worried about that. San Francisco away, it's a tale of two teams. San Francisco away is 0-5, 1-4 against the spread. At home, they were 3-3, 4-2 against the spread. Away from San Francisco, Santa Clara, they're not that good. Chicago laying the 7 points at home, could use a blowout. They're looking to make some strides to the playoffs. I like Chicago here, -7. I think it's going to be some home cooking for the Bears on Sunday.
All right, you heard the pick from Jeff Cadillac. Chicago -7. Do as you wish with that information, folks. Jeff Cadillac, give a plug for jeffcadillac.com.
Okay, at jeffcadillac.com, I analyze all the games for free, more extensive analyzing of all the games on my website, and I got my best bet at Jeff Cadillac 1 on Twitter on Fridays.
Thanks, Jeff.